The first is Quell, who announced a $10 million round. Um, so Quell is a connected fitness company, which is interesting right now, right? So connected fitness has gone through this huge change. Obviously, Peloton kind of fell off. We saw this really boom of what connected fitness could be, right? And after COVID kind of hit. But what it does, Quell takes a gamified approach to the market with resistance bands designed for a more active gaming workout experience. So the system launched with a fighting game called Shardfall. They've got more titles coming down the road. And that's what the technology will go to, which is expanding their software and increasing their company headcount. Taylor, anything on this one?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It just speaks to, I think, the larger environment right now when it comes to post-COVID and the immersive equipment. Because what they like to point out for this is obviously the biggest combatant right now is your regular gym.
Yeah.
And the gym has, for most purposes, I think in most places, kind of gotten back to normal. And I think a lot of people were yearning for that sense of normalcy. And I think there's got to be a way to continue to incorporate this. So I think you're going to see a transition from your traditional. What are the big three things you see when you go to a gym when it comes to classes and interactive workouts?
Right.
Spin, Zumba, and some other class that uses the mirrored dance room as a group activity. But there isn't much stuff else
Billy Blank's
outside of that. Billy, you gotta love some Billy Blanks. You do some of that though, but you don't have much outside of that. So I think I love the fact that they got backed, with the $10 million in their Series A round, and I would think that their lane should be you can incorporate the digital fitness, and incorporate that in with whatever gyms that you can. And I won't, give free plug for gyms that are out there, but then that'll also encourage people to be like, oh, well, I had a good time doing this virtually. Now let me do this at the gym. And so I think it'll be the best of both worlds there for product, and getting people into gyms, and because people want to be around people at the same time. So, but I do like what they have going on.
Well, I think with this, right, and we've talked about, like, there's a couple of VR games we've talked about, like gym class, things like that, right? I think you have to find a way to make home fitness and connected fitness fun and interactive, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you kind of thought with, like, Peloton or some of the others that are out there. But at the end of the day, right, like, you're staring at a screen and you've got like a leaderboard and people are talking to you, or like the leader of the class is talking to you, but you're still by yourself in your house, right? At the end of the day, to your point, if you want to be around people, how do you do that? And I think there's companies out there, like I said, there's the VR side, but I like what this is because it gives you something to interact with. Right. You've got to find a different utility to get people to working out at home and to enjoy working out at home. Right. To your point, like, it's just easier to go to a class and go do that. But I do like what Quell is doing. I think this is going to be moving forward what you see in connected fitness. Yeah. Like the companies that have a really cool product but don't get people into something different, right?
Yeah.
Aren't going to see the same investments. And again, I think it's really where we are from a post-COVID perspective.
Right.
So I think that's what I'm going to be looking for over the next few months, right? As more of these start rolling in, or how are people investing in the connected fitness, and what type of companies are attracting investors in the space.
Right. And just so I can give a better description for people, just so, Sterling described its bands. Imagine you have your Wii remote, and then you have two resistance bands attached to your Wii remote, and that's wrapped around your waist. And then you're just playing video games, and you're using that resistance and punching, slashing left and right, like in a sword movement, boxing, but you're playing games and you're, stepping left and right, nothing resistance on your feet as of yet, but that's where you're getting your workout in. And so that's why we're saying, if you're able to do this, there's TVs in gyms anyways. There's TVs everywhere now. And
Right.
then how hard would it be? And it would be really cool. You have a class of 15 people, 16 people, and there's 8 TVs, and you guys are going back and forth. You're playing the winner of this game or that game, and you're getting to work. Like, that is really fun. Like, the hardest thing with working out, and I think that people hit a roadblock in, is that, and it deters them, is that, one, like, I hate running. I'd much rather do this with somebody else. But then, like, take you and me, take people that have been active, had a structure of sports in their life, so that they know, like, all right, well, I don't like running like that, but I know I can get my cardio in by playing 5 games of basketball. Not everybody has that luxury of knowing or having the skills or ability to playing basketball, so you can get that workout in a group setting. So, yeah, I'm burning, but I'm not doing it in just straight running, and it's something that I enjoy. So, yeah, that's where I think this would come in. You do classes, and then you get the best of both worlds of having